Hello and welcome to my channel, The Art of Reading. If you're new here, my name is Johanna and today I will be doing my September book haul. I do have quite a few books to share with you guys, but before I got into those, I just wanted to do a little reading update as I haven't filmed in quite some time now. For the last half of September, I wanted to keep my reading more Hispanic themed in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, and so right now I am in the middle of La Bisona by Romina Garber and The Last Cuentista by Donna Barba Higuera, and both of them are pretty good. I'm about 100 pages in to each and I don't have super strong feelings yet, but I am definitely enjoying both of those. Another book I finished today, actually, was Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I have been listening to the audiobook, and I really liked it. I think that it's a 4-star read for me, and it ended on a big cliffhanger, so I'm excited to continue with the series. And since my last video, I've also started a blog, which I will leave linked in the description, so definitely make sure to check that out if you want to keep more up to date on what I'm reading. And yeah, I post lots of reviews and I'm hoping to also start publishing other content, so definitely be sure to check that out. But now, without further ado, let's get into the books. In September, I acquired a total of 12 books, which is way too many for the limited shelf space I have, hence why in October I will be attempting a book buying ban. So yeah, I'll have to keep you guys updated on how that goes. I didn't buy all of them. Some of them I won or I traded for, but I will specify how I got them and stuff as I go. The first one I have is The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. Yes, I already have a copy of this book, but this is the special movie tie-in edition. The movie comes out on October 19th, which I am very excited for. But not only does it have the special cover, but here in the back is a movie diary. So when the author, Soman Chainani, went to visit the set, he kind of had a little backstage diary, which is included at the end of this book. I read it last night. It was fantastic, and it just made me want to see the movie even more. Next up is Mary Ann by Daphne du Maurier. Daphne du Maurier is the author of Rebecca, which is a pretty popular, like, gothic mystery, and I really enjoyed that one. And so in my local tube station, they have like a book swap shelf, and I was able to pick this one up there for free. This was published in 1955. So yeah, it's really cool. It's like you're holding your own little piece of history here. I don't collect old books or anything, but yeah, I thought it would be a great addition to my classics shelf. Next, I picked up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson from my used bookstore. I was inspired listening to Truly Devious to pick up another YA murder mystery. So yeah, it was really the perfect timing when I saw this one, and I believe it was only £2. Another one from this one wasn't the used bookstore, but it was the local charity shop. I picked up Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. I am almost embarrassed to say that I have never read a Leigh Bardugo book before. It is my goal to read Shadow and Bone before the end of the year. I'm going to do it. It's been sitting on my shelf for almost 2 years now, so I need to do it. And yeah, obviously with all the hype surrounding her books right now, I really need to do it. But when I saw this is part of the DC Icon series where popular YA authors have kind of taken a different superhero and rewritten about them, and this one had really great reviews, so excited to read a book about it. So now I'll show you guys a couple of the books that I swapped for. A couple of weeks ago I did a bigger clear out of my books and I put some up for sale on Vinted and Facebook, and I've gotten some replies. I've also reached out to a couple people to see if they'd be interested in swapping, and yeah, these are the ones I got back, starting with Dangerous Alliance by Janika Cohen. At the beginning of September, I read this author's latest book, My Fine Fellow, and really enjoyed it. And as I was reading the extract, they had an extract of Dangerous Alliance at the end of My Fine Fellow, and yeah, it really intrigued me, so I'm very excited to read that one. We also have Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town by Bonnie Hitchcock. I traded for this one alongside the Fairy Loot edition of Only a Monster. This one's really popular in the UK. I haven't seen it so much around in the US, but it's about, what is it about? It says, I'm just reading off the back. Meet the teenagers who live in the small towns across these states, separated by distance, but whose stories are woven together in the most unexpected of ways. So yeah, it's kind of about these different teenagers who live small towns in like the American West, which sounds really intriguing. And then yeah, obviously we have Only a Monster by Vanessa Len. I had been holding out on this book because it was one of my most anticipated reads for this year. And I was holding out for the US edition of it because that cover is just stunning. But I just had to be real with myself and like, it's the same book at heart. So I decided, though, that if I couldn't have the US edition, at least I'd get the special edition of this one. So it has the pretty sprayed edges, and then the end papers are really cool, as well as the foiling on the hardcover. So yeah, I'm really excited to finally have a copy of this book. These next two are from the same genre. One I swapped for and the other I bought. So not too long ago I read the Iliad for school, and it just really sparked my interest and made me keen to explore more from the Greek mythology genre. So first I have Medusa by Rosie Hewlett, which I think is pretty self-explanatory. It's about Medusa, not much more to say there. But the next is Ithaca by Claire North, and I actually got to attend an event with the author. She was in conversation with Jennifer Saint, who wrote Ariadne, and Elodie Harper, the author of The Wolf Den, and yeah, they were just kind of in conversation exploring Greek mythology, and especially women in Greek mythology. So Ithaca is a retelling of Penelope and kind of her time in Ithaca while Odysseus is returning from Troy. I'm really excited to read this one. Hopefully I will read it while I'm still super interested in the genre. Oh, and I also wanted to mention, along the lines of Greek mythology, I recently read 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes, and I loved it. It was amazing, and I definitely recommend it to anyone interested in the genre. Don't worry, we are only 2 away from the end. We have A Year Without Autumn by Liz Kessler, which is one of my childhood favorites. I know I'm still young, but like childhood meaning I think I read this for the first time when I was about 10, maybe younger, and I loved it. I have read most of Liz Kessler's books, but I think I can say that this one was definitely my favorite, and yeah, a great one to read around this time of year. I don't think it has anything specific to do with the season of autumn. I think the character is just named Autumn from what I remember, but it's a great book and I am so glad that I finally have a copy of it. And last but not least, we have A Forgery of Roses by Jessica S. Olsen. I mean, you don't even know how long I've been searching for this book at a reasonable price. Yeah, trying to find it anywhere in the UK was just a nightmare, and even on Amazon, like the cheapest I could find it was for £21. Like, that's ridiculous. So I was lucky enough to spot it on Vinted one day, so I ended up getting it for only £5, which I am so happy about. It was a book I was highly anticipating for this year, so I am very, very excited to finally have a copy of my own. So that brings today's video to a close. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out my blog as well as my Goodreads, which I will leave linked in the description, as I don't post as frequently here on YouTube, but I will update regularly on the other platforms, so make sure to follow me on there, and I will see you next time. Bye!